power. Something we've got to look at here. RTK pugging up towards the top lane, who's he going to be against? Gyro plus Gyro from PPD. Pugna, he can lay down the lore, he's got 51 base damage, he's got really good attack animation. Spam out those right clicks. Interesting though. Maybe they send DDC up there and run a dual lane, but MMY, your Winter Wyvern, and this is something you were talking about in previous series, a lot of Chinese teams have two players that play all the supports, right? I kind of thought that, DDC, Wyvern player will go on that, but MMY just straight up and puts DDC on the Earthshaker.
Yeah, it's certainly some kind of advantage, I think, because when you're drafting against a Chinese team, you don't know after you see one support, oh, they've got the hero for that guy, and now it's one of the other guy's heroes. Their supports are just interchangeable almost always. At the same time, the downside is that they tend to be less specialized. There's definitely an argument to be made for that being a better approach, that you've just got this absolute specialist at a particular hero, rather than two very competent players on it.
Well, maybe Queen of Pain towards the middle lane. Down at bottom, his Styler clinks. In here with the little scout out, Fear, orb down. Is this one of those wonky spots that still blocks the camp, but is very, very difficult to reward? This camp is super weird, like it's...
It is, I think, yes, I think it is.
This shape, it's got like a thing that goes over here and... here.
Yeah, you're actually an artist, Turker, that's incredible.
It's amazing stuff.
Yeah, this is one of the wards I think you have to counter left, and a lot of people counter, or people used to counter top bottom, but if you counter left right, find it. So we'll see. Fear's got his own sentries.
Here it's down here with the Orb of Venom. Tyler, take damage already, look at that, straight on in there. Fear Universe punching away. The Bounty Ducks here, dual off lane. Yeah, buddy. There we go. MY has to make his way down here to try and save Styler, who's hiding away in the trees, middle lane. AB against Bale. Slim Shady. The Puck against Quap. What a match.
Yeah,
what a match of players and heroes.
We were talking in the break and in the previous series about how it's just not been Silas Day. He played a Juggernaut game, just could never Omni-Slash. Played a Lycan game, the enemy team had nothing to lock him down, but he just kept getting like bashed by the enemy Spirit Breaker. And he played Solobe last game and he was beyond godlike and just wasn't enough. And I'm just wondering like what's gonna go horribly wrong for him on Clinks. It probably has to do with the bounty hunter, doesn't it?
Look at the bounty just running him down time and time again. Now they did put DVC up at top with RTK, so ES plus Pugna. Top. Not easy though, farming decently up here. Too bad, and this is something you gotta watch out for. Arteezy with a Mango, he's got those rocket barrages, he's got plenty of them, so he actually sends himself up here with MMY Smoke. Moving from mid to bot to mid to bot, now all the way up to the top as DDC starts flashing in the smoke, but what is this? Fisher into Arctic Burn into Fisher, and then level 1 Pugna Blast. They've got Decrep if they need it. Might be able to find PPD over to the side. He's moved east. Not going to get him, but they will catch out Arteezy with a blast of the slow. They've got a ton of damage down onto him, and this should be his death. He can salve, he can try and TP. He's found a hidey hole. He can salve through, he can tango through, but he's still going to turn and damage them with the ice path there. Not going to be enough. Arteezy will drop in the end. That's commitment.
This is really classic RTK. Pugna aggressive tri lane, just doing it. Anyone who's been a fan of this guy for a while will recognize this kind of situation.
I went from a couple of CIS teams as well. RTK made it famous, knew what I was doing, but then we started from like Screen Squad and M5, PGG stacks and things like that. So, bringing that out.
I want to say the guy who actually made it famous is even before RTK, it's YYF, it's gotta be. Back in the really old days of RG, because he was like the off-lane Pugna specialist, usually in aggressive lane. So yeah, you're right, it's something that's been adopted by the CIS teams, but I think it started in China way back when.
Kind of rare, right? A lot of the Chinese standards have kind of become obsolete, and things like Earthshaker Wind Ranger dual off-lane, things like that have... Elder Titan mid, Clockwork mid, whatever, have become obsolete, or people just don't play them anymore, or don't specialize in. Whereas this is stuck around a little while.
I still worry though, even if this lane goes well, how does the Pugna play into the game as it goes longer? Because if they do group up push, they're fighting into infinite AoE.
Very fast Greaves. Very, very fast Arcanes into Mac. That's how you got to play this.
what he did last game, right? And it was nearly enough for his team.
Yep.
In the end, it wasn't.
Well adjusted. They did do a big old dive behind that tier 1 tower. Fear Universe not quite getting a latch onto the kill there. Sylar is in vision of the sentry though. Putting so much pressure down onto this Quinks bottom lane. Like, what's his last hit at? 11 and 1. Doing badly, to be fair. Keeping up a decent amount. Maybe towards the middle lane, looking for some mail, and with the ulti burn, jump forward. Oh, there's the orb, but the fishes go! Not there in time, and DDC is going to be kicking himself for that.
Yeah, Samil gets away. Could have been a kill. But Slim Shady survives. Tyler sent himself a clarity after losing all his mana. And hopefully he'll be able to go just fine. Although Phil's actually coming back. He's on his way straight back.
What an irritating little devil he is. Yeah, the supports from LGD, they move back up the top. Aggressive Trilion's where they want to be, and that's where they're going to stay. Arteezy, death to his name, and his farm is suffering. Honestly, it actually is. They've not built up any stacks for him, so there's nothing to fall back onto. And Puck is a hero that if it's shot down, Blink Dagger can be delayed pretty heavily. You need Blink. The thing is, with EG's lineup, right, they need the Blink on Puck, they need the Darkseer to get into the Arcane's mech. It's going to get into, regardless. It's be a good timing as well, the way this lane's going. There's a bunch of heroes here that need key items at key times. Gyro, there's no one specific item, it's more like he needs stats. For 15 minutes, he needs, you know, he needs his treads, his aquila, his drums, whatever he goes for, his S and Y. But over on the Radiant side, what do we need? Pain needs levels. Pugna, okay, he needs the Arcane's mech. That's like the one thing I think they really need. Everybody else kind of just gets along. They trot along, get their little items, and they're fine with that. There's in there onto maybe.
Did you see Maybe's item build? He has 2 nulls. It's like,
Double null.
to me that's like a sign that he just like really wants to win the 1v1 matchup. He's just like gonna commit that much more. Because I saw him early on trading all the time with Samil. And I almost get the sense there's some ego here. What, Samil goes on him and...
That happened so flipping quickly. Glad I had my camera over it. Meanwhile, down at bottom. Okay, we missed the Quinks kill. But I just want to hold my camera here. And Samil, how do your fingers move that quickly? It was all 4 spells at once, you know? Orb, Rift, Jump, Dream Coil, dead. Maybe.
There's definitely some rivalry there. I mean, it's just so clear to me, and Samil, I think, is he gonna escape again? Yeah, it's...
Radiant's middle tower is taking damage.
These are the, I mean, if you look at TI5, these are the 2, like, massively spoken about mid players, like, way ahead of everyone else, skill-wise. And obviously, Samil's the one who won the tournaments, and maybe only came 3rd.
Who did Arteezy used to scrim against in 1v1? CTY and someone else, but I can't remember. It may have been maybe.
Arteezy?
Yeah, back in the day, like 2 years ago, before it became big.
I'm not sure.
He used to practice 1v1s against CTY and someone else, even with like 2 ping, and they were impressed back then. Oh, PPD up at top. I've got the 3-man ganking onto him, and that's a kill.
I thought Arteezy was 1v1ing Eternal Envy a lot.
That was more recently. I'm about like literally 2 years ago.
I don't know. I don't know the lore. I don't know the Arteezy lore. Not enough of a fan.
But yeah,
MMY is being done, yeah.
I'll find that one. And RTK as well. Actually, with Rocket Barrage and Black Cannon, DDC might die on top of this! Hello, Arteezy! Double kill out of flipping nowhere. Bounty gets the kill on MMY. But bloody hell, this is the worry that you had, that the aggressive tri-lane, it had killing power. But what sustain does it have? What healing does it have? Cold Embrace that's going to lock you in place. You there for the Rocket Barrage to just downplay Arteezy.
And Bounty Hunter is getting quickly towards level 6 all of a sudden after just lurking at the bot lane harassing Klinks all the time. All of a sudden the game looks extremely good for EG. Right at the start, looked decent for LGD actually. And LGD's response is, all 3 of these heroes that just died in the top left, smoking straight back up.
Revenge time, gotta get up there.
They've got a dust.
Level 3 Earthshake, a level 3 Winter Wyvern, they've got to get their levels somehow.
Bounty doesn't even have mana for Windwalk, but they've got a dust.
Oh, Fisher misses. The blast won't, but oh, this is not a kill. That's not a kill. They're diving too far, and in comes the Puck Dream Call on 2. RT gets caught here, and they've got the old Waiting Rift. This is a go if I'm on team 1. There's the silence call down to land on the both. RTK stick charges keep you alive for a couple of seconds, but Arteezy
That's
finds that
four
kill
in
on the
a
back.
row.
Well, this was DDC now. He gets blinked away at slowly, surely. In comes maybe dodge out, shadow strike, blink forward,
How
and
about that?
fail. Just so perfect with the position. Maybe can't Sonic Wave, can't scream. They
I'm gonna
are
say
putting
it's-
so much commitment on this lane. Universe is farming freely down at bot.
It's worrying. You know that guy in your pub game when he dies and he's mad and he immediately TPs another lane to look for a kill and then he just dies again?
Yeah.
It's kind of, this
Dire's
feels like
top tower
the
is
professional
under
version of
siege.
that. All three die, you smoke back up together, but you're so determined to quickly get that return kill that you actually whiff your spells, miss the fissure, miss the nether blast. It's just not happening. You get some more deaths. I don't know, it's gotta feel bad being LGD right now. And
Click
we
on-
spoke at the start about the capacity to tilt.
Click on that checker.
Oh, okay, he has no items. In the meantime, that's a Midas unpack, and wow. I mean, it's another hero where I think Blink before Midas probably the safer build, but that's how good Sumail's feeling about the game right now. He's just gonna go straight into that Midas.
Oh, DDC. Oh, DDC.
I'll take that.
Wow. You are very, very poor. You are so...
At least he has a pet.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
Oh, goodness.
His pet doesn't care how rich he is.
Universe nearly has his mech
Radiant's
done.
middle tower is taking damage.
Closer and closer every day.
Five
Mid.
in a
Oh, they've
row.
gone in again. They
How about
found the
that?
kill on our RTK. Plugged up. Blink forward, though. Fail. He can jump. Sonic Wave. His throw is hit. Maybe finds that kill. And he could actually look for more here because Silas on the front lines looking for Spear. Fizz Dust. Spear gets away. It's like Arteezy will get away as well. I mean, why not level 6? Nowhere near it. Carving this tower pretty deep though. They've got the observable down. Blink forward, maybe catches them. Call down. Rocket barrage ready as well. Maybe he walked into his own death. And MMY caught as well. Oh my goodness, what are you doing,
Radiant's bottom tower is
LGD? The
being
tilt is
attacked.
real. They might even pick up a couple more as the tracks come out from Fear. They're gonna look for Sylar, look for MMY, get the track kills. He's hit by the tower and might die, but the stick charge keeps him alive. It's fine.
Radiant's bottom tower
This
Perfectly
is
sure
being
get
fine.
bounce.
Fear. Double track kill,
Radiant's
double
bottom
kill.
tower has fallen.
Shuriken bounce, it's so great. It's one of the things you really have to appreciate in a center when you see those Shuriken bounce kills. But while LGD have a look of a team that I said at the end of last game that they had lost the will to live, and this game it just feels like they're only willing to play in a way which is like guns are blazing, YOLO style. Like we're not, they're
Radiant's
pissed
middle
off
tower
that
is
they've
being
been
attacked.
made fools of, and they just get like
It's
they just want to like keep fighting
it's
and showing
ROTK
that
style.
yeah.
It is ROTK encapsulated in the team. Either they...
But it's
Ah.
it's not working, right? It's not working.
Definitely not. Maybe with his double nulls, you know, maybe laning phase worked out for you.
Dire's middle
3600
tower
net
is
worth,
being
but the
attacked.
bounty hunter for Fear with the double tracks he just got there. He's been 1900. He can start affording mech soon. Oh, puck. You're caught.
Dire's
Let's die
middle
first.
tower
Looks like he will.
taking
Dream Call not
damage.
thrown just in case. Well, I guess he would have died from another ward anyway, but there's your treads for maybe. A glimmer of hope. And you've actually got
Dire's
items on your
middle tower is
Earthshaker.
being
Boots,
attacked.
Observer Ward.
Maybe
Yeah,
they will
he
attack
bought
Dire's
himself, we're not
towers
sure.
for a few seconds here.
It's a Midas for
top
Silas.
tower is being attacked. Dire's middle tower
No.
taking damage.
I think it
Dire's
is.
middle tower is now but a memory.
I
Radiant's
think it
top
is.
tower is under siege.
No.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah, it
is
is.
being
It is.
attacked.
It is. It is. It's on the career, on the way to him. I mean, you almost
Radiant's
need
top
to. You've
tower
seen
is
that
being
puck already as a
attacked.
Midas, and it's like we're getting wrecked. They got way more kills than us. Someone on their team is a Midas. Okay, one of us has to get a Midas.
But that's not how logic works.
that is totally how a lot of Dota players think. And it's not like they have some direct route to punish the puck's Midas. And so it's just frustrating to be
Radiant's
like,
middle
look
tower
at this
is
puck,
taking damage.
he's getting so much value, we can't do anything about it.
Like, Orchid, Desolator, they're such valuable
Radiant's
items
middle tower is
for a
being
Clink just to
attacked.
go and fight because I
Uh,
don't think they're going to give up fighting. I think they're just going to keep going. I said Mech on Bounty Hunter, but of course Darkseer already has that, so Bounty can go into, you know, a Glimmer, a Blink, a Force Staff, something like that.
he's gonna buy Dagon.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, the way this game is going, that's what I think. The more natural thing is maybe to get a Blink or Staff or something, but look at his gold and just the way the game is going, I would not be surprised at all if he buys a Dagon.
We're all grouping up here. MMY has Curse. They've got their ultis now on LGD. Every single one of them. But if you get the jump in from this little puck, sounds like maybe they've got the stun there from the Fisher, but it's not going to catch. Ice pass vacuum back into the wall, the call down, here's the one more combo, straight onto the heads of LGD. Maybe still alive, but MMY, the curse, will only halt to the inevitable death of the Winter Wyvern. Maybe it's still waiting around on the back end, and Silas spotted out by the sentry, ice pass, gonna catch him, pulls away. Skeleton man. Skeleton turns and fights, puck. Got his old space shift. Perfectly happy with
Radiant's
that.
top tower is under siege.
Not like Midas is unheard of on Clinks. There was a stage where it was quite usual. I think Eternal Envy used to do it a lot when he was pioneering a lot of the builds on the hero. But we haven't seen it much recently because of the rise of Medallion, I would say, on the hero.
I think the Desolator decrease in costs was one of the biggest things. Being able to get that at like, 13 minutes or something like that is... The thing is, Silas skipped over treads, he's gone Soul Ring, no Aquila, into the Midas. And there's your Blink or Bounty Hunter, jumping around, getting tracked left, right, and center. And TP up the top. They want to fight again. They've got Arcane's mech on the Darks here. The Pugna! The Darks here does have Arcane's mech, but not on the Radiant team. Maybe. He jumps himself forward and scream things down. Level 2 Sonic Wave isn't available. Oh my goodness.
Dire's top tower is
this whole, like, we'll all just permanently fight all game thing. Puck's nearly got Blink Dagger. Bounty Hunter's track. And I get the sense that if LGD just take these fights and like win 2 fights in a row, the game could just be like completely out of control.
Easy. Get Barrage and TP away. Yeah. Incoming Earthshaker. Not in time. See exactly where he was. They saw where he went, but not where he was. Maybe they could have found him. Coming in here, Universe. Oh, he's scattered out by Sala. This Observer Board gives them full vision of the Darks here. He can vac, he can wall, he can mech, he can do all sorts. DDC hesitated there, and maybe this gives a chance to Universe. Oh, actually vacs through the little trees. Doesn't turn and fight. Thought maybe RTZ actually wanted to go in for, because yeah, you see the puck, Green Coil, Orb, RTZ dead. Curse is there to clean him up, but that's going to be some serious miscommunication. Universe wanted out, RTZ and Sumail, they both wanted in.
Universe wanted out so badly that he didn't even come back into mech RTZ. And he had his mech up. So very definitely on different pages about what to do there. And it kind of shows in the sense LGD have like forced so hard this aggression back into EG, and EG are winning the aggression game. And I feel like RTZ and Sumail are the kind of players who just thrive on that and want to keep fighting. And Universe maybe a little bit more controlled and is like, okay, hang on, I just used vacuum, I'm low HP, I don't want to fight, guys.
Back up, let's go back to farming. Let them come to us. No reason to go on the aggressive here, really. Oh. Gets the Midas off. Is he going to be able to escape here? Doesn't look. Oh, he jumps across, he's got a phase shift again, Blink ready, he's going to get away!
What a pest.
Absolute godlike player.
What a pest, and it's gotta be grinding maybe's gears. I honestly feel like there's some kind of rivalry between them as these like 2 insanely talented mid players.
Honestly.
Every time Sumail gets away from maybe's just like, oh come on man.
You're doing this again to me, Universe respects himself. This is just a little back and forth here, head to head. Well, it's on the retreat, but Fear's waiting in the wings, looking tracks, looking for a little bit of vision. With the observer board down there, they're still on chase, looking for Peter Dagger, PPD, the Jakiro, Blink forward. Actually, Puck's gone in. Maybe San's stopped. They're gonna get the ice path down onto. Okay, not onto the Queen of Pain, but they've still got the tracks and the damage. Dust out onto the Styler, and he's the one that's in trouble. He's got his death pack lasting another 4 or 5 seconds, and Peter jumps in with a shuriken. Winter's Curse is good back onto this little bounty hunter, but Puck just keeps jumping forward and forward and forward, and then vacuum into the wall. RTK's caught with MMY, called and braced himself back up to health, but the Pugna cracked up again, and the jump Fear dying.
Radiant's top tower is
RTK is dead. Maybe the real one stands up. Maybe that's right. He's got something to mail.
Yeah, he's just like, come on man, you can't be diving as far. Get out of my space.
He's the old man with a broomstick, like shoving rats outside. Like, just get.
Radiant's
Or the
top
stray
tower
cats
is
or
under
something.
siege.
It's easy. A bit too deep here, I think.
That's what was that? 3 track kills for EG, and I do feel like this is what I was saying. If we see 1 or 2 more fights like that, the game's pretty much over because of the playstyle that's being. It's like both teams have kind of tacit agreement. I don't know. Maybe it's like it's really late even for them where they are. I think it's what past midnight now in New Orleans.
Midnight.
And like people have been waiting all the time. And they're just like, let's just fight to the death. When the one team has a bounty hunter, things can get out of control really quickly if they're the ones winning fights.
5 to 15. The Clinks, fair enough, is getting himself into some decent items soon enough. Oh god, oh, straight into fear. Back though goes back out onto the Queen of Pain, who does not have any major itemization. Orchid's coming out slowly but surely. 5,000 net worth lead for EG here though. 5,000 experience lead. Evil geniuses. With Bounty Hunter now having 1,700 gold. Blink, Arcanes. What do you even aim for now? You mentioned Dagon, and okay, that could be the option. Solar Crest, I guess, Medallion?
I thought he might go it if he's just like going full YOLO like half the other people in the game, but he's being more reasonable about it, so I'm not too sure. Medallion is definitely good to give him that rush opportunity, even with the nerf. He could just get something to tank himself up a bit. What out a Ring of Health now?
Oh god. Echo Slam onto some else, some shady. Yep, the push. No, we can't escape from this. Maybe jumps in and finally gets a little bit of revenge as the dies. Shaker, well, wants to fall, but look at RT, just running himself straight forward. MMY, Cold Embrace at the ready. Gonna save you though with the Rocket Bros coming off cooldown right here, right now. Another track kill goes their way, and Universe is still on the hunt. Forward, looking for that kill on RTK. Backs back Sylar as well into the trees, but oh, Sylar, sure about this. Comes back out of Invis, tracked up, dusted as well, wants to fight Fear with the Desolator. He gets the Courier, and Sylar might die, trying to kill off Arteezy. Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave gonna completely whip there. Maybe could have picked up 3, but doesn't get a single one.
Yeah, Fear getting the Courier in the midst of that fight, just adding insult to injury, and I think Universe goes down here, but it's a very small consolation when you're giving away that many track kills. I don't know the last time that Fear cast Shuriken on just one hero. It feels like it's always bouncing to 1 or 2 other heroes too. And it's just insane value as a nuke if that's happening all the time.
Sylar, he's got his death though. He's 0, 3, and 2, but this is where you can start looking for kills as it blinks. Running around. Maybe not onto the puck now, he's got Yule and Blink. Oh wow.
Just buying a pipe.
He is indeed.
I mean, it's pretty damn good for the way this game's going, I would say. It's good to tank him up so he can just keep diving and not die, but it's also just good for his team to start, you know, I want to say start taking fights in a more one-sided way, but they're already taking fights in a pretty one-sided way.
Gonna go from cruising to crushing.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
There it is.
Yeah,
From a
that
little mini to a
sums it up.
Roshan though. Here they've got the lifesteal over on the gyrocopter. They've no medallion. They've got sustain. They've got a decent way of bringing him down, but nothing amazing. And if you're dealing, I guess, against things like a ward from Pugna, the Winter's Curse, it's gonna be rough staying in that choke point.
It's not very honorable to kill Roshan in this kind of game. Like, this is Battle Royale. We're just fighting to the death, and I feel like whatever respect is existing between these two teams on that unspoken agreement would just be destroyed if they went to rush.
BD, you going next? Duels, I guess. Oh, fail. Or ROTK. Still alone down here. I'm not sure the EG are aware of this because they're a little bit timid, a little bit scared about diving in behind that tier 2. EDC is towards the middle lane with MMY, and they're actually grouping up 5 heroes towards the middle lane. Well, they're waiting for the tracker off, and
Alright.
I think they're gonna go for an aggressive play into this jungle.
Fear's got a pipe, and Universe has pretty much got BKB. It's at the base.
Oh, Sylar. Could possibly
Radiant's
find
bottom
maybe here
tower
as well if
under
you walked into
fire.
that sentry range, but doing. Universe, BKB recipe on its way out to him now as well. Up top, RTZ just like, you know what? You guys go and make noise over there. I'll push up top lane. They're not going to stop me. They want to go and fight you guys.
He wants his own BKB too, I think. I think if they get to BKB on Jara and Doxia with that pipe, that's it. Already, I mean, then it's just Klink stealing damage. Poor old Klink's on his own.
Winter's Curse could turn things around a little bit. EDC has scraped himself back into this game, I've got to say. You know, 10 minutes with 300 net worth and nothing nothing in terms of items. Now he's got arcanes. He's a rich man. Still behind the Jakiro. PPD. He's pretty poor this game, given a lot to fear.
And the two Midas wielders right at the top of the net worth. Imagine, I mean, you're laughing at me, but imagine Sile didn't get that Midas. Sumail at the top on his own.
Maybe he wouldn't have been able to PPD there. And look for RTZ, good damage output onto him. But Winter's Curse, if that was in range, could have found a double. Big kills at that. RTZ is running all the way back to base. It's held between legs. We haven't seen too much from this puck the past, what, 3 or 4 minutes. It was all Sumail. Just blinking, shining, dominating. Past couple of minutes, he's been quiet, pretty laid back. Just, I don't know if this is a game call from the captain, just saying, you know, relax, don't go for anything too ballsy anymore. We don't need to press the issue, we don't need to push forward too hard. Get your farm on. Oh, BOT is going to hex, get some big items so we can just close out. I think that's something you've got to be worried about here, is closing the game. Against Winter's Curse, against Echolam, and like the high ground defensive capabilities that LGD have, it's different them, you know, they're pretty damn strong.
Yeah, that's for sure. And that's part of what that pipe's about on Fear, I would say. And actually, RTZ not going for BKB of his own, he's just gonna go for the standard SNY. It's actually, in some ways, it's more of a proactive fighty build than the BKB. The BKB may be the safer build in this case. But there's no reason to actually go safe. You don't need to build safe if you're RTZ.
DDC, maybe you can get a blink back in this game. He's saving up items. Oh, he's saving up gold for items.
That's the smoke from EG, and they're ready to force another fight by the looks of things.
Oh, tier 1 mid is still standing, why not? Go straight on in. I mean, you could feasibly just go straight onto the tier 1, even if you don't find anybody.
Top tower
Where RTK and DDC are hiding so far back. Oh, they're going to walk into MMY here. See him, they'll catch him, track out, stuns up. There we go, flick forward, MMY's dead. Ice path misses, but it doesn't really matter. Even the pipe was popped out by Fear. Take out the tier 1 tower though.
Their tier 2 is being really pressured at the top lane. They can actually probably lose it. This is a Kings of the Desolator.
Middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, they can't TP back in time, can they? They can probably move 1 or 2 up there, but definitely not the whole squad, which they'd love to do. So instead they'll go into the Roche pit. Lose tier 2 up at top and go into Roshan. This is risky. Honestly, this is kind of risky from Evil Geniuses. The reaction and rotation is here from LGD. Get to the Roche pit in time, which it doesn't look like he will be. The speed at which they're taking this down, there's no way.
Yeah, I think that's just a free rush. And with that, they'll probably want to push some tier 2s. Oh, TZ's finished his SNY. I don't think they'll want to wait that much longer. Wow, that's actually big. That's really big in these kind of fights.
Going again, even with Aegis up, EG have split. They're split really heavily, actually. Fear moves over to the west. RTZ towards Ancients, runs himself back. They don't know where LGD are. They've got no idea.
And RTZ's got the Aegis. I think maybe they LGD consider going in, but because of the Aegis and not seeing people, it's nerve-wracking there. What is Sumail about to buy? He has a lot of gold.
I was thinking Hex. I'm unsure though. Chivas, is it? Yeah. Chivas guard.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. That is pretty solid. These getting off these initiations, jumping to the middle of everyone, adding a Shiva's to the mix, yeah, I think that's good.
Mash your hotkeys. Space roll the keyboard, just get everything off at once. Blink in, explode.
It's another pretty good tool for making the enemy mad. Like, not just are you dodging everything, but you like have these stupid like explosions of slow. Yeah, it's like, come on, man.
Stuff from Sumail. Guarding maybe very, very hard down at the bottom lane. MMY DDC RTK. Standing around the Queen of Pain. They want the tier 1. There's one tier 1 remaining in this game. 28 minutes in, closing on 30 minutes, and there's a tier 1 standing. EG don't want to let it go. It's free money. It's free gold for LGD if they could just walk up to it and right-click it down, and EG are having this one. Actually spread out decently across the map, mirroring LGD and what they're doing here. But who has the vision advantage? Who's got the wards out right now? It's LGD. They've got the vision of the enemy. They knew what was going on until this 3-man group up at mid, where Fear, Mail, and RTZ are all up together, looking for that pickoff, looking for that one hero. But look at this, the TP's come in, the blink forward from maybe baiting it. They fall for the trap. Might just do. No, the track blink. Oh, the Mail. You'll set the force of the BKB. He can blink away. Can't. No, he can't. He can try and dream call. He's got the sheet of his guard. He turns back, but he's dead. Curse will secure it with the Sonic Wave. That's him paying for it. Paying for it heavily.
Tyler's actually really, really strong with the BKB. There's not that much that can deal with him on the side of EG.
AB? He's already blinked? That's a decent trade now. And EG know that there's no BKB up on Sylar. Well, currently on cooldown, they see him with that track. They get the first slow, and RTZ can chase him down. Going off in around a couple of seconds.
It almost looked like RTZ needed to be like held back by his teammates, like like he just wanted to keep going and going and going, and eventually it's like, okay, fine, I will stop and hit this structure.
The building shall die. Here, over on the side. Crack off, BKB from Universe, back into the ice path with wall. They've caught them all. Again, MMY, Glimmer Cape up and running away, but the TP behind, in comes Sylar, and he's actually trapped here. In between the macro bar and the wall, he's gonna be demolished.
BKB is still cooling down from that previous fight, and I said he's actually really strong with the BKB. Without the BKB, he's not strong at all.
Radiant has
like you can't be the enemy carry at 30 minutes into the game and be dying to Rocket Barrage.
Stuff. Now you look at RTZ. Aegis expires in minutes. A minute and 20 seconds, something like that. Then he's got room for a big old item. You know, flying into Butterfly, finishing off Satanic kind of item. He's got 4,000 gold after this tower. Tons of money, loads of money.
Middle tower is being
EDC is still 700 gold away from his blink. We've got Glimmer Cape and MMY, sure, but I think the key hero here is maybe the slow start, the Orchid, BKB. Everything has just been so laid back and delayed.
Alright, he gets had enough. Bought himself a gem. He's not gonna be outvisioned.
That bloody bounty hunter. Damn sure. No wall for 20 seconds, and I think this is what EG might just be waiting out on. You know, that little ward down from Pogner. Be scared of as well. Aegis is expiring soon. They don't want to lose out on a fight with, you know, RTZ dropping to some random Aegis expiration.
Yeah, if you look at the gold graph, it's just been trending in EG's direction. And most recently, the gradients become actually pretty damn steep. I keep saying, you know, there's that one fight with track kills where suddenly it's out of control for LGD. And actually, it's taken quite a while to get there. Maybe some of that is evidence of Bounty Hunter being nerfed and the extra gold being nerfed. Certainly, EG are in control of this game.
Yeah, it hasn't been that sudden spiral out of control from 3,000 net worth lead to a 20,000 net worth lead in a couple fights. It's been more gradual, but yeah, you're right, the gradient at the end does like a little bit. Reeves out. Yeah, got the Dark Seer after his BKB blink. Yeah, dispelling Orchid. Your BKB is going to be pretty damn good. That off. Really? It's about mana cost. About that extra bit of HP and armor for that threshold on your team as well.
EDC will have Blink at the next fight. Almost certainly. I mean, he needs about 100 gold. And he's got it.
He has it now? Okay. Oh, Blink level 2 Echo Slam. Yo.
Now that is a thing that could matter a lot. That's yeah. If we're talking about routes for LGD into the game, where I mean it's not like they're out of the game, but they're definitely EG's in control of the game. surprise Earthshaker has a blink dagger and just ultied all of you. That's definitely a route.
Yeah, like we speak about EG's wombo combo with the vacuum, the wall, everything from Jakiro, Puck, and Jarkop, you know, thrown into the mix. If you look at LGD, they've got a decent combo themselves. Blink Echo into Curse, Pugna with the blast down, and Queen of Pain, obviously, you know, everything she's got. Kitchen sink. EG could potentially just get wiped with one cycle of their spells, but if you look at Puck, I don't think L is the kind of guy that wants to get initiated on. He's always been the aggressor, always looking forward, trying to find that initiation, and with the Hex, it's not going to get worse for LGD. I think Samel's just going to be jumping straight onto Queen of Pain, straight onto Wyvern even, or the Earthshaker, to find that initial pick, get the kill, and then turn back onto Sylar as things get messy.
What happened to Samel's? Did he disassemble his Shivas?
Invisibility.
I didn't even realize that that's an item you can disassemble. Maybe I'm exposing myself as an idiot, but
Did he buy Shivas?
I thought he finished the Shivas. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he just changed his mind because he had the plate mail on the
I saw
recipe.
the plate mail. Yeah.
I thought he had.
Echoes, but the damage is not there until Sonic comes in fierce. Dead Universe is here with the back onto the Sliler and DDC. Turn it around though, and this damage I put onto the Dark here is damn good. LGD have turned a fight, turned a tide. TZ, you have enough damage to actually bring this back though. With the Fisher down, you definitely don't. Is this going to be a full wipe almost? 3 heroes dead, they can't find the Puck just yet with the Dream Coil there. But Evil Geniuses, they walk up high ground and they get demolished.
Wow. The game's getting interesting again. I mean, it's never really felt completely out of control, in my opinion. It's felt like, yeah, EG are in control, but LG are like not far from it. They get that ES blink up, they take a good fight, and unfortunately for them, they don't have the track, so they can't pull it back as much as they lose when they lose a fight. But EG will be a bit shaken by that. They'll know that they need to at least get their own initiations to win these fights. I think if EG are the initiators, it still looks very, very good for them. But it's been shown now that if they're not fighting on their own terms, they can most definitely lose a fight.
Very tough for EG. Tough indeed, but yeah, we've seen them come back from worse adversities. You know, game 1 was pretty rough, but this is a situation where they've had the lead. They had a lineup which got, you know, gains the lead through track kills, and they dominated lanes. Situation where they've just lost the first team fight in the entire game, right? They've not lost a team fight before. Pickoffs here and there.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at LGD only have 12 kills in total, so it's difficult to imagine they could have won a team fight before that one. And Rush has just spawned, and EG know about it. Don't know if LGD do.
Where they're skittling about. They seem all in a panic now. Like, we've won a team fight. What do we do? Where do we go? How do we progress from here? It's going to be a real threat in the back of your mind, you know. Do with this with an MKB up on Sylar, you know, preempting any kind of monkey, any kind of butterfly out on Arteezy. Arteezy gone for the MKB and Titanic next. Roshan in they go. Yeah, I think they know now though. They're gonna group up and smoke. They've got this. Red is good from EG. Themselves prepped for the full balls deep assault from LGD, and it's like RTK is going to do the point man. He gets the Netherwall down, Fisher's there, misses though, and out comes the cooldown from EG. Onto a couple of people maybe, oh god no! Jumps in and whips completely, Universe is dead, so there's no vacuum wall or Greaves, but how's the rest of the fight go for them? Silent, yep, he's screwed. Cold Embrace will keep him alive for a couple of seconds longer, but the magnifier, oh, Blink Echo! DDC's in the middle of 3, maybe they can win this, maybe they can take the fight, and brought down Fear as well in a couple of seconds, and just a few hits! The male is in the thick of things, Yule's up, but 3 heroes dead, Puck can blink away from the face shift, and actually escape, unless he wants to kill RTK and die. That's what he does.
I don't even know. It's
EG split so well.
Cop missed ulti on pretty much everyone, and then they banished after splitting. DDC catches them with the reinitiation or the secondary initiation. And it must be said at this point that Arteezy has decided by BKB yet in this game, and that matters. Like it's not going to help him that much against Clinks, but he's not going to be tanking all the Earthshaker stuns or Quap nukes, even the Pugna nukes. if he buys a BKB, and maybe that's what he looks to next, because he's not too far off an entire BKB if he wants it.
Very mean. Still look for that Shiva's Guard again, up on the puck. I wonder if he is going to go for one of his own. I could see that being a Lincoln Sphere against, you know, Curse and Orchid and things like that. The Hex would be incredibly amazing. Having double Hex against Queen of Pain and this Clinks running around, just having that disable, and actually Queen of Pain, speaking of, nearly has a Hex of her own, 600 all the way from it.
It's troubling for EG to fight is actually quite difficult just because LGD, all of their heroes do very significant things in fights. To contain them all, Kings has got the crazy damage output you have to deal with. You gotta worry about Wyvern ulting you, Shaker ulting you, they both have blinks. There's the Pugno just spamming the ulties on everyone, which actually like really makes a big difference. And then there's the Quap. I mean, Quap needs no introductions, it does everything.
Unless you miss your Sonic Wave. This time though, maybe. Back off cooldown. You're coming. You know what's coming. They're gonna find Silent. They have vision. No, they don't. They don't see him. But Sonic Wave throws all three of them. And do a decent amount of damage. And I don't know about this. Arteezy is already dead. Pops the Aegis. And out they go. Universe gone. The retreat out from the puck. And you've just left Arteezy for dead here. And Styler, he's being battered around. But RTK draining, sucking, making sure that life drain does a good amount of damage to Arteezy. He's down and out. Dead for 7 seconds. Can buy back. But at this point, you're losing heroes left and right. EG, they're on the ropes.
EG are crumbling. Look at that gold, just open the gold graph.
Yeah, their lead is gone.
I mean, wow. You'd never think that Dire are the team with the bounty hunter. The rate at which just dropped their lead in a couple of fights, and I can't help but feel like EG have been a bit complacent, and their approach has been a bit like, oh, you know, whatever, let's just fight. It'll be easy, we'll win. It's kind of what it feels like to me, because there was no reason for them to, if they were methodical and careful about it, I don't think there was any reason for them to throw that lead away. And again, yeah, he gets a solo kill on DDC.
You know
That's
what?
interesting.
I think the Clinks killed Roshan. The Aegis
Yeah,
was,
he did. It was a snatch.
The Aegis
Yeah.
was snatched, yeah. Damn.
I mean, Arteezy's just been losing gold. He was pretty close to full BKB, he died twice, and I mean, I'm just making the assumption that he wants to actually buy one. I feel like it's quite important.
The fact that this puck, not that kind of, you know, snowballing farming mid that we see a lot of people play nowadays. The puck is very dynamic early mid, but as it gets later and later, you are almost fully reliant on your items, because once BKBs come up, your silence is gone. Really worth the effort of jumping in. You are almost fully reliant on this Hex initiation. Can't control multiple heroes. You get controlled yourself. LGD blink forward, there's the back. Universe. Not really going to accomplish anything. Force the BKB out from Sylar, and look at that, Sumail straight onto the front lines. He wants more, he's hungry. Thirsty for blood.
Bounty Hunter is sending his own Hex to him on the courier, and that's a big deal. That's a very big deal. Having the double Hex on their side is something that sets up for, could be an anticlimactic ending to this game. Just a number of pickoffs for EG, and suddenly they could take the lead again in a big way. But we'll see. I mean, the Bounty Hunter's contribution is very much just as, I mean, he doesn't have huge damage output. Shuriken here, track there, Hex, a pipe. So in a way that is significant. When I was talking about earlier how LGD, you have to deal with all their heroes, they're all very significant, whereas I think both Bounty Hunter and Jakiro, their contribution is not as significant from EG. Like, sure, Bounty's items are big, but in terms of the actual damage output from those two heroes, not a whole lot coming out of either of them.
Yeah, it feels at this point in the game that 3 out of the 5 heroes of EG, they don't really scale well into the late game. Hero Bounty Hunter rely on items, they rely on their item progression and things going that way. Darkseid obviously scales pretty well with the wall out. Jarkov, if he can get his items up, he's more of a mid-game carry, but still with a flat cannon he can deal a ton of damage.
He's finally got the BKB.
Okay, got it. He's got no buyback, so if they choose to go and fight now, very close to being an all-in, and actually, Sumail jumps against Hex. It's a little piggy back into the ice wall though. Here is LGD caught, but RTZ, how much damage can you actually do? He's in the middle of 4 of them. He's gonna kill off, maybe kill off MMY. He's got 2 for 2 straight off. RTK, get him. He's got him. Rocket Barrage finishes him. Gets a double kill on RTZ, and they've actually won a fight. The first one in about that past 3 or 4. But even Jesus, that's not without heavy losses.
After Sumail died without doing anything really.
No more middle tower.
Somebody's on a roll.
The first hit MKB. Can't believe that. Poor DDC
back
was.
up at Sumail's dead body. I am very tired.
DDC was TPing out at the side shop here, and his TP was like probably had about a second left. RTZ ran up to him and just like attacked him and mini stunned him immediately. Guess it makes up for Silas' first hit entangles in the previous game. But it's a strange thing where we keep seeing these fights where there was one fight where maybe completely whiffed his ulti and his team still just dominated the fights, and here the Sumail's pack just does nothing and team just wins. I mean, obviously they're drawing spells. I mean, if you're a core hero and you get picked off doing anything, you've never done
Radiant's bottom tower is
like
being
absolutely nothing because you've made them use their hex or something like that.
Oh goodness gracious.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I don't even know though. This game is it's like, yeah, and the gold graph kind of tells that story. XP graph pretty favorable for LGD, and that's been a huge swing, actually the biggest swing of the two. But gold graph is now dead even.
I'll just follow Darkseer around in active view for the rest of the game. I think that's the play. I think that's the plan. Universe. Again, somewhat reliant on item progression. Another hero that, sure, with a vacuum wall does offer you a lot in the late game. He have stalled. You know, you mentioned Artesia has lost a lot of gold. He was bleeding. And it wasn't blue, he was bleeding gold. There was just gold flowing out of his pockets. At this point, 12, 5, and 15. His net worth, he was cruising. He was miles ahead of everybody. Queen of Pain was nowhere. Maybe. He's come back into this game pretty nicely.
I think the game becomes a lot about the 2-1 position heroes now. Because in terms of physical damage output, it's mostly Jara and mostly Klinks. They both have pretty explosive damage outputs. But if either one of them goes down, it's much more important than the puck or the quap. If there's a fight with Jara dead early on, LGD win that fight. If there's a fight with Klinks dead early on, EG win that fight. It's like almost guaranteed. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Hex wielders just target those carry players and try and get those pickoffs on them early on in the fight.
Very passive down on the bottom lane. They're trying to bait something out here. They know how aggressive this puck has been, but I don't think EG are falling for it this time. They've fallen for it, what, 3 or 4 times in the past 20 minutes or so. But now they've got the Titanic. Is he bought out again?
Yep.
RTZ keeps skipping out on these buybacks, and okay, Satanic is like a pseudo buyback item. You heal yourself back up to full as long as you're not disabled, and I guess with a full 9-second duration on that BKB, they can do just that. Oh, a gem over on the Dire. That's the big question. Have they got the reveal they need?
Here it comes.
Oh, they see in the back as well. Back. It's fall down there. It will land. And they've got the curse onto RTZ, and he's dead. No time for Satanic. The rest is just going to be cleanup. The Sphere is fished out. PPD can't follow. LGD, they're happy with what they've got. They bust everything except that Echo Slam down onto RTZ. And now they realize, hang on a second, we can go hunting, we can go looking for more. We can go find Slim Shady.
I don't think Sumail got to use his Hex. He got caught out early on. He blinked in Shivers, then he got hexed himself, and then was just like forced to attack RTZ and then had to run away. So it's again quite down on gets the initiations. He gets a hex off, even if he gets hexed, if he's first hexed Klinks, then RTZ is not going to die.
Or a TK, come on. Dragon Intercept is good, but stop it. Leave the creeps alone.
Bottom tower under fire.
File from the back, Blink Dagger ready, Daedalus, MKB Deso.
Pieces.
And we were speaking about maybe it's anticlimactic for EG going to go and finish the game with a double hex and maybe just take a team fight and end it. But here, LGD, they've swung again. Swings and roundabouts as EG are the one being pressured. 20 seconds until Gyro's back up. They've got a lot of work to do here to hold out the hordes of LGD as Silent just stands down, takes down tier 3. He looks for racks, but Sumail already blinked back. There's no aggressive play, and The LGD know this. No reason to go running straight into the racks. They can go back. They can look for Roshan. They can take farm at the Ancient.
It's a bit frustrating if you're LGD because Rosh is like gonna be up pretty soon. You're gonna have to go to your side of the map again. And if EG get the rush now, you feel like it's against the flow of play.
Yeah, he's front. Universe actually going back for a Ghost Scepter. He's had enough of that flipping physical damage output from that guy is nonsensical. But there's no other Ghost Scepters. You know, you maybe expect one from the Puck and go into an E-Blade. There's the Hero. Why do you think that is? Like, they've prioritized Medallion on PPD over a Ghost Scepter for himself.
I mean, PPD is just like the definition of selfless. So, I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily how he is as a person, but that's his role. He's the 6th position player. He buys something for the team, not for himself.
Take my life and take my 7 armor, teammate.
It's like Ghost Scepter is such a bad item for him to buy. Think about it, because if he Ghost Scepters, now they're attacking one of his allies, and that's like now he's not doing his job. Like he's making his allies take damage.
Yeah, I guess so. That's a good way of looking at it. He's not tanking the gank. He's not baiting out bells and acting as a damage sink anymore, which Kiro is pretty good at doing. He's got good old HP pool, good strength gain, decent amount of armor. It's interesting. EG came up heavily here. Trying to split push, trying to poke and prod. Force LGD into an uncomfortable situation, but LGD, they're just... Oh, they're solid. They're grouping up as 5. They know that they can take head-on-head clashes. They know how they can take them. Just have
LG could have easily just got rushed now. It's so interesting, because there's no vision. Like, I don't know why I can't draw properly on the map. It keeps doing this, like... I don't know if that looks normal to you. It looks weird to me. Anyway.
You've drawn it resembles a circular thing.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
Yeah,
on the map.
But yeah, so I mean, there's just no vision there for either team. And when EG were far away, LGD could have easily quickly burst down rush, but they just didn't know. They don't know where EG is. And I guess this is what happens at this stage in the game. There's a lot of gems going around, and nobody has the right vision. Nobody knows where anyone else is.
BKB. Not an E-Blade.
That's good. Sumail's been closed out of so many fights, and you know we were joking early on about this like rivalry between Sumail and Maybe, but honestly I think Maybe has for the longest time just been Sumail. Every fight he just hexes him.
It's not just hexing him, it's the honestly instant. Sumail walks in or blinks in or jumps in, you know, jaunts in, whatever, and it's the bam, you're hexed. You cannot cast another spell. You can't use any more items. Just, you know, squiggle away, little piggy. You're done for in this fight, and then they turn on him instantly. Just that flick of the switch.
It's like in those superhero movies where like each of the villains are matched up with one of the heroes, and like Maybe's told his team, "I've got this guy."
Oh god, BKB. In goes RTZ, the cooldown down to 3, and Universe back a couple into the wall. I don't know why OG get a caught. Fucking caught you. Anything, the Sonograve's good across RTZ as well. No Satanic. He's gonna die as a pig. He turns back. He's actually still alive, but he can't get through. The Echo Slam and MMY is still gonna drop. Who the hell is winning this fight even? Apparently it's EG. 4 dead for only RTZ, and I say only RTZ. For 1 casualty that they lose.
Doesn't matter.
No, out of nothing.
Doesn't matter if you kill RTZ if Clink dies. I mean, it's really like they're the counterparts. If one of them lives, the other dies, it's huge. But if they both die, totally chilled.
Buy back. Who supports the game? Pugner and the Clinks. Strong.
You've been talking the whole time about how when RTZ just doesn't save gold for buyback. Well, maybe he's just done that. Just bought an entire refresh orb.
Damn. That's intent.
See, he needs to hex Sumail twice. Hexing him once, not enough.
He's got an Orchid Hex to get the double soul burn going.
He can definitely solo kill Sumail now if he catches him out with a hex and then like Orchid, cast all spells, Shivas, refresh, hex again, do everything. I mean, he could solo kill a lot of people like that actually. He wants to blow everything.
Kill anyone. He'll kill himself if he wants. G?
I don't. What did? Do you see RTK like write something on the minimap?
No, I didn't.
I don't know what that. It looked like he might have written the word baby. I'm not sure.
Oh dear.
Maybe it was
they've reclaimed their lead, somewhat. Half of their lead. Obviously, this is close to meaningless at this point, the way the fights are going. It's so pivoted around, you know, instant initiations, the hexes, the satanic timing from Arteezy. There are so many little nuances that 54 minutes in, the items that people have aren't going to change drastically. The heroes that require big items, they're not going to change drastically. People are hitting level 25. You've got 2 level 25 heroes, 2 level 24 heroes. People are peaking, people are capping. And with Arteezy in the pit here, Salva walks straight in, they've got full vision, and then they jump, they've got Arteezy, they've caught him, he's dead! The Sonic Wave is off, the Ice Class Magnifier though on the back end, DDC RTK, them draining, sucking, I don't know what he's doing! But Scale's trying to kill him off. With a BKB phase shift, he might be able to flick himself away here. He's piggy, he's a little piggy, and he's dead. DDC even blinks into the wall, giving up his own life to secure that kill. Of course he does.
There's no buyback on Jara and Jakira use their buybacks, but Mail can't actually get back there. It's really curious to me that Arteezy was in the pits trying to solo rush without like definite true sight. Sylar could just run into the pit and start on him, and they could like get the vision, they could hex him, before he actually even like was certain what he was up against. Some kind of sort of sloppiness, and it does go to the spirits of this game, how it's been all along, and wow, Universe has an Ethereal Blade now.
Queen of Pain, Clinks, Pugna, and Bounty Hunter buybacks.
EG's too late.
Doctor's gone buyback. Roshan with cheese, right? Aegis and cheese both go to RTK. Okay.
Greedy RTK.
Okay.
I guess no one else actually has space. Queen of Pain and the Clinks are pretty full.
Who wins the next team fight?
Are you asking me to predict the future? That's... No, I can't do that. I will say, whoever uses the first hex. I feel like it's not even, I mean, especially because the Aegis and Cheese are both on Pugna. It's not even that big a deal.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I feel that RGK hasn't died in fights they've won before, and he's, you know, massive, meaningful fights they've lost.
Worthy tribute.
Greaves, Aghanims, they're good items, but it's not fight-winning item kind of thing. Very sort of small differences. Nothing that's just a massive swing like a Hex or a BKB like that. He doesn't have any skills to do it either. Ward. Good in the early game, good in the mid game, but this late on against BKBs, it's not doing that much. He is a body. He is a body that they can throw into the meat grinder.
And he's about to buy his own Hex. He needs like 200 gold. The crew is waiting at the secret shop with his Void Stone. That'll be a 4th Hex thrown into the mix.
Tower is being attacked.
Right? Sylar. He just wants the tower. GG. Moonshard. 2,000 gold saved up. This is looking interesting. It's looking interesting. EG. They're holed up in their base. They've got no boost to travel, right? There's no one. Oh, that's a lie. Puck has BOT. They've got one pair of BOTs, but it's a hero without buyback. Can't really throw the puck down onto the lane and say, go and split push on your own. You can do it. I believe in you, because nobody can believe. Single Hex that started off. Puck's dead and essentially game lost. So yeah, they're actually defending the puck with a couple of heroes to make sure he doesn't get blink hexed.
The nature of this game has been so kind of constant fighty. To some extent, it hasn't even felt that serious at times. But we have to remember, this is a pretty big tournament, and LGD on their last life, they're a game down, and if they lose this game, they're out. EG could lose the game, and there's still game 3. So from that perspective, I think LGD might just want the win a bit more. Might like really need this game.
Double catapult, full range creep. Fuck. Yeah, it's risky to go out there alone. Aegis is gone in 2 minutes time, but I think the push comes way before this. 4 stab Sylar actually caught with the Hex now. EG have found the little clicks and gonna kill him. cooldown down, the Witness goes back into the wall, is good. RTZ surviving, is he going to be able to get through this? Not quite. Has no buyback, and he's eviscerated under the damage of LGD. Tier 3 dropping, and they've killed off two of the biggest heroes here from EG. I don't know if there's a way back. If there is, it's a long and winding road.
It seems very unlikely. I think this is game over.
I'm pretty sure it is as well. Game number 1, EG. Game number 2, well, we'll see. Samael jumps in. RGK's caught with Tyler as well. The damage output isn't there, but with the Glimmer Cape on the heel, they're staying alive way too long. Hot couldn't do it alone.
Top barracks has fallen.
First lane Rack's going down. LGD move back towards the mid. Rack standing, but not for long. No glyph, no defense, no Doxer, and no Gyrocopter. He comes in again for PPD, Shikiro. Nice path out. Game number 2. Looks like it's almost secured here for LGD. Yeah, there we go. Puck Hex. They should be it. A couple of hits dead. Good games called. He's not dead yet, actually. Shikiro dies before it, but with the Yule drop, he will fall. EG. Tap out, game number 2. LGD, that was some comeback, honestly. That was some comeback.
Yeah, all said and done. Pretty incredible showing from LGD. I mean, there were chunks of that game that felt clowny to me. It felt like multiple players on both teams were just kind of like in all in kind of fight mode.
Yeah.
Ultimately, LGD came out on top, and there's a state. I think after the point that Clinks at BKB, it just got better and better and better for LGD, and it was much more difficult for EG to deal with the Clinks than it was for LGD to deal with the Gyrocopter.